Hello, my name is Harry, and welcome again to A Senior's Perspective with a Twist. Today's topic is continuing with hobbies, and a specific hobby I want to talk about today is how to enjoy biking or bike riding for seniors. I'll make a disclaimer on this particular program. I'm not a doctor or physician or trainer, and if you should want to do these types of activities, you should see your healthcare provider and before you engage in any kind of physical activity such as this. Two things I want to discuss today, and that is preparation as well as riding. First of all, preparation. In order to undertake bike riding, there are things that one needs to do um, after they've been cleared by a physician to make sure that they're okay to ride, um, because we are seniors after all. And that is get or purchase the right size bike for your physical frame. You don't want to buy a bike or get on a bike that is too small for you or is too big for you. Uh, to measure the bike size for yourself, it's measured from the uh, where the seat is, where the seat post, I should say, down to the crank. And that's where the pedals are at, where those bars come out and your pedals are connected to it. That particular area is called the crank. So, with that being said, that's what should be done um, in purchasing a bike. Next is the training. If you have never ridden a bike before, I suggest strongly that you get trained before you get on a bike. You wouldn't want to buy a bike and not know how to ride it and then have an accident. That wouldn't be good. Um, so that's needed, getting trained. Or if you haven't ridden a bike for a while, have someone to help you get reacquainted with riding the bike. Um, Next, you'll need is athletic shoes. Uh, I've seen people ride in flip-flops, house shoes, all kinds of, in my opinion, not wise uh, with those particular things on their feet. Uh, you need athletic shoes, something that the soles will grip the pedals, so there'll be a least amount of your shoe slipping off of the pedal, causing an issue. Next, you need a bike helmet, and bike helmets can be gotten at places like Walmart, Dick's. You can even order them online, excuse me, or even at the local bike shop. Um, Bike helmets, you should wear one because they protect your head. I have fallen off a bike. It's been a year since I fell off, but I didn't hit my head, but I did fall. And the whole point is, I could have injured my head, but I didn't. So when I ride, I wear my helmet to protect my head. The next thing you'll need is bike gloves, bicycle gloves, and they usually are cut off here at the fingers where you don't have anything there, so you can move your fingers freely. And then the palms have padding, and that's what you want. You don't want to have sore hands after getting off of a bike, especially if it's a long ride. So bike gloves are definitely advisable, and maybe even a fanny pack where you can carry things like your cell phone, maybe have medicine that you might have to take at a certain point. And then there's also cash you might want to carry, a few dollars, in case you want to buy something as you take your bike ride. Um, and that fanny pack can also not only your cell phone and medicine, maybe you can carry a snack in there as well as cash. So fanny pack is a good thing, or you could just carry whatever you have or need in your pockets. But again, these are suggestions that we're making, that it might be easier for us when we take a bike ride. Then there are such thing as padded shorts that a senior can buy. As we get older, everything is not as strong as it used to be on our bodies, and that includes our derriere. Uh, your butt sometimes needs some extra padding. Uh, there are also seats that you can buy that have a groove in them. So, especially for the male anatomy, can have less pressure on it. Um, Next, you need a water cage on your bike. A lot of times they have screws down at the bottom on your frame, that pole that comes down. There's usually screws where you can attach a water cage for your bottle. You need that on your bike as well. Um, then, if you have had a bike and it's not a problem as far as you riding and you know how to ride, uh, we again stress that you should check your bike to make sure everything is in top working order, such as your brakes, especially your brakes, your front and back, uh, that there wouldn't be any problem stopping should you need to make a quick stop, as well as just stopping in general. So it's always good to check the bike, that the seat is at the right height, everything is tight, uh, you don't have a problem with your bicycle when you go for that ride. Then, as seniors, we need to also dress accordingly. We need to dress for our workout. Uh, they have a lot of outfits. I've seen people with colorful outfits, as well as their helmets on bike trails that I go on, and they look pretty good. These outfits, but we should dress accordingly. Pants leg not too long to get caught in the chain. Um, just different things that we can do to make our ride more comfortable and enjoyable. I've already covered mostly what I could think of as far as preparation for a bike ride. Then next there is riding. Uh, it would be a good idea to plan your ride ahead of time. You know, uh, what route you're going to take, and the distance of that route. Uh, Look ahead to whether it has hills. Uh, you know, uh, I avoid some bike routes that have hills on them. Or let me say it this way: if I know of 5 or 6 different bike routes, and 1 or 2 of them have hills, I will pick the ones that have the least amount of hills, and I will ride them and enjoy myself. So uh, that's something that we need to think of ahead of time, to plan ahead, and the distance of how long the bike ride will last. How many miles is it? And if it's 10 miles, you say, well, I can make the 10 miles. Okay, that's just one way. You need to think about the other 10 miles to get back. Then there's some people take partners with them. I see a mixture of both. I see people with partners. I see groups of people riding bikes, as well as people who ride solo. You might take a friend with you if you're not sure about yourself, and getting back to safely. So that's something to think about. And then there's taking breaks. Uh, we as seniors sometimes need breaks more often than younger people do, and there's nothing to be ashamed of for taking a break, a water break, uh, a snack break, an energy bar that I might want to consume, or you may want to consume, to keep your energy and strength up during that bike ride. So, 2 things we should do: we should eat a snack when we need it, and hydrate. Stay hydrated. I say use the bathroom before you leave. Make sure you drink water before you leave, but also carry a bottle of water with you in your bike cage. Your water cage that you have on your bike. Always carry some water with you. That's very advisable. So that if you get thirsty, it's there. You don't have to stop anywhere. You have it there in front of you where you can drink it. And then there's something that else that we might do before we actually get on the bike and ride: stretches. Stretches, there are various muscles that we have in our bodies that we're not going to use, or we don't use while we're actually riding. But some of those muscles and ligaments in our body may need to be stretched carefully. So that's something that we could do, light stretches, before we get on the bike and ride. Uh, and then lastly, you want to observe bike rules. You know, there are biking rules on bike paths, as well as on streets. Streets have laws that everyone is supposed to observe, uh, whether in a car with vehicle or on a bicycle. Stop signs, stop lights. Those are things that we need to observe when we're on the streets. But then also on the bike paths, we need to be aware of those who we get ready to pass. We need to call out. There's just certain bike etiquette that you want to keep while you're riding. Let people know when you're about to pass them, especially those who are walking. And then sometimes we pass those who are going slower than us uh, while we're on a bicycle. They're on a bicycle, we're on a bicycle, and we pass them, but we need to let them know we're on, the left side or the right side. So those are the things that we need to do, and to enjoy biking for seniors. How to enjoy biking for seniors. We hope that this program was helpful to you. If you want to start riding as a hobby or exercise regimen, that you'll take in some of the things that we said and use them for a more enjoyable bike ride. If you like the program that we've been talking about today, we ask that you would subscribe. And if you have a comment that you would like to make, feel free. We welcome your comments. Thank you so much today, and God bless.